welcome into Outkick the Show. I am your fearless leader, Clay Travis. I hope all of you are having fantastic Thursdays, wherever you may be across this great country or this great land. Let's dive right into a lot of moving stories here. We got a coronavirus update for you. Positivity continues to reign. The G League makes a move. They're bringing in the best player. What could it mean going forward for college basketball and the NBA? Ohio, Mike DeWine, the governor of Ohio, opening up the state according to his Twitter feed. Elon Musk going to war with CNN and winning. The NBA at Disney World, intriguing idea. I'll explain. Yahoo Sports had a story about it. And while you might believe that there is a lot of division in the country right now, I got to give props to Republicans and Democrats who are coming out publicly and talking about the fact that they want sports back. This ain't a partisan issue. People are ready for a return to normalcy. All right, we begin before I go into the coronavirus update with the fact that 5 million plus more people are now filing for unemployment. That takes the number who have lost their job in the past month to over 22 million Americans. That is approaching 1 in 8 of every jobs in the entirety of this country. That is a rate of job loss the likes of which we have never seen before. What is growing exponentially in this country is not the coronavirus, it is job loss. And we have to fix it, and we have to fix it soon. And that is why I'm going to get to a minute on the need to open up the country and begin to return to work out there, okay? But coronavirus positivity in Italy, in Spain, in Germany, and now in England, which has now hit, by the way, Italy, Germany, and Spain, 2+ weeks of declining caseloads. 24 days now, I believe it has been in Italy. No longer a question that those European countries, Italy, Germany, and Spain, have defeated the coronavirus in Europe. It's over. It's just a question of how slowly it's going to give up the ghost there as it starts to get warmer. Germany is planning to send its kids back to school. Denmark sent their kids back to school in Western Europe. Western Europe has beaten the coronavirus, and now they are starting to reintegrate their economic life by opening up a variety of different places. Yes, there might well be a blip in cases, but that is what is going to happen with all viruses anytime people are out and about. In England, where things had been bad, England now, 5 straight days of declining cases since they set their peak, 5 straight days of declining deaths since they set their peaks. In the United States, I believe we just hit 11 days. It might be 12 days. They're all running together. I'm going to go check and see and make sure so the Corona bros out there don't come at me and say it's actually only been 11. We now, when you look at the numbers, the total new cases in this country continue to decline. And as a result, let me hit you with it. 11 straight days of declining cases. Guess what? We are headed to 12 straight days today. Also, New York State dropped to a 10-day low on deaths. We have plateaued on deaths. We are continuing to decline on total new daily cases. I know the Corona bros are angry, but the reality is we're on the backside of our curve, and it's time for the sports leagues, the NBA, Major League Baseball, MLS, NHL, NASCAR. PGA's already announced a return. It's time for all of the sports leagues to start planning in May a return. All of that 100% incontrovertible positivity, despite the fact you may not be getting it a lot from the media anywhere, okay? Ohio, Governor Mike DeWine of Ohio, one of the first governors to shut down his state, went on Twitter and said he is going to begin the process of reopening the state on May 1. This is the first major size state that I have seen anyone announce that they are going to be doing this. There is a White House press conference this afternoon where other states may also be announcing that they are planning on opening up on May 1. This is good news. We got to get back to work. Now, if you don't want to get back to work, you don't have to, right? The great thing about living in a free country like America is If you want to stay in bed with the covers over your head, shivering because you're terrified of exiting your home and going out into the real world, you don't have to do it. You can stay in your house and starve. You can stay in your house and go bankrupt. That's your right as an American, okay? For the rest of us, people who are young, healthy, and willing to bear risk, we need to take the economy on our shoulders and carry this country forward. Now, I think for people who have suppressed immune systems or the elderly, I think young, healthy people like me and a lot of you who are watching and listening to this, I think in addition to working and carrying the economy back in a positive direction, we can also volunteer. I would encourage everybody out there, I think we need a national volunteer organization set up where people who are young and healthy can go shop for elderly people at grocery stores. Where we can bring food to people's doors. They did this all over the UK. If people need, because they don't feel comfortable going outside, if people are elderly or they have suppressed immune systems and they don't feel comfortable going out and about, we need people like me and a lot of you who are willing to take risks and go back out into the circling economy, go to our gyms, go to our workplaces, go to restaurants, all of the things that are required in a national economy. We can go to the grocery store or we can go to the pharmacy. We can do work for people who are otherwise unwilling. I'm not afraid of the coronavirus. I've looked at all the data. I am not in danger, in my opinion, from dying of the coronavirus. I might have already had it. I would like to get antibody testing. But this is the reality if you actually look at the data. I'm willing to take the risk. Other people might not be willing. Come May 1, I hope that Tennessee, where I live, is opening up like Ohio is. Props to Governor Mike DeWine, who is making that decision to start to reintegrate his state into the national economy. Couple of other thoughts here. I want to give props to Republicans and Democrats out there who are recognizing that sports coming back is a big part of the return of the national economy. I saw Governor Andrew Cuomo of New York, even in the midst of the problems that New York is having, he was on CNN last night and he argued that Major League Baseball should be back and that he would support the return of Major League Baseball. Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, props to him for being aggressive in saying the WWE is an essential business, that he wants NASCAR, that he wants the UFC, that he wants Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson to have their golf match. He understands the importance of bringing back sports. Props to Donald Trump and Mike Pence, both of whom yesterday were involved in talking with athletic department leaders from across the landscape of the sports economy. Trump talked to all the pro sports leagues yesterday. Mike Pence talked to all the college commissioners yesterday. And the message was pretty straightforward. We want sports back. Let's make it happen. Also, props to Donald Trump for putting a guy like Mark Cuban, who has ripped him to high heavens, but is clearly a smart individual on his sports committee to talk about the return of sports as part of the return of sports. All right, this is not a partisan issue. Not Democrats, not Republicans, not independents, not all of you out there who don't even care about politics at all. You just want sports back. It is a nonpartisan issue. Everybody, it seems, but for the people who are politicians in California, are making the right and the smart decisions about bringing back sports as a part of the larger economic revival. If you live in California, I feel bad for you, son. You got 99 problems and your governor is one. All right? That's the truth. I don't know what in the world he's got going on there, but they are making awful decisions in California right now about looking into the future. The mayor of LA and the governor have said, hey, we're not going to be open potentially until 2021. Suddenly, California is adopting the idea, not that we're trying to blunt the curve, which we have done, but that they are trying to stop any activity in a large scale in the state until there's a vaccine. I'm sorry, we can't wait for a vaccine in this country. We just can't. It's time to go back to work. Let's talk about this situation, the NBA. What's one way the NBA could get back? I gave you my pitch on Las Vegas. I said that it made a lot of sense for the NBA to relocate to Las Vegas. I read a good piece up on Yahoo Sports today arguing for another location where we already know that the governor has been very aggressive. How about Florida at Disney World, at the wide world of sports? This is an interesting idea now. What if the NBA, which is already in partnership with Disney, which is shut down for the moment, went to the wide world of sports where they already have a ton of basketball courts, where everybody can already be set up with the camera angles and everything else, and they have tons of hotels. It is already a bubble. If you've ever been to Disney, you know they control everything inside of Disney World. And all of the players could bring their kids and their wives, and they could all stay at Disney World. Maybe they could even open up Disney World one day a week and let the kids run wild inside of Disney World as a part of this larger idea. That way, the players in the NBA don't have to be quarantined from their families. They could all live inside of the Disney World bubble. I think this is a brilliant idea. I'm surprised that nobody else has written about it. I think NBA makes sense in Vegas, but the NBA in part of Disney sets it up easily for ESPN. This seems to me like a no-brainer in terms of being able to bring back the NBA sooner rather than later. Heck, maybe Major League Baseball could even be set up somewhere around Disney as well. This is, I think, a no-brainer. Somebody just said, why are you supporting the NBA, the woke NBA? I support all business, all right? I want all sports back. It's in my interest. It's in your interest, no matter what you do, for normalcy in this country to return. I don't care. I'm not a huge NHL fan. I want the NHL to come back. I don't give a damn about MLS. I've never gone and paid to watch an MLS game since all the way back in 1997 when I was in college and I went and watched DC United play, but I want MLS back. I don't watch a lot of NASCAR, hardly ever, but I want NASCAR back. I want all functional American businesses back because I'm a capitalist and I want the economy to be roaring again. So I'm sorry if you're upset that I'm endorsing the return of sports because you don't like a particular league. I want the whole buffet of sports back. Whether you like it, whether I like it, I want everybody flourishing again, okay? Now, good news also, speaking of my economic self-interest, Tennessee officially has endorsed sports gambling. The rules have been promulgated. And by July or August, if you live in the great state of Tennessee where I am, we will have sports gambling on our phones 100% legal in this state. And that, my friends, is going to be a really nice kick in the behind in a good way for your boy, as we are going to have a lot of very cool things going on with Outkick. Trust me, as the state of Tennessee is going to have sports gambling officially in July and or August. We just need sports back. I never would have believed that my home state was going to legalize sports gambling and we wouldn't have the issue with the gambling. We'd have the issue with whether the sports are existing. So we need to get sports back. And by the way, the more sports that come back, the better off and likely it is that we're going to have college football and the NFL, which are the two sports that I care about the most. I want them both. And I want them in full fruition. I want an exciting fall of football. Interesting news. The G League has made a big move. Did you guys see this? Jalen Green, who was potentially going to be the overall number one pick in 2020 if the NBA did away with the one and done rule, and probably is going to be the overall number one pick in 2021 since they have not. The G League is now paying $500,000 for top players to come into a special portion of the G League instead of going to play college basketball. And a lot of top players are going to do this, and I think it's good for both the NBA and for college basketball. It's good for the NBA because I think anybody who's 18 years old should be able to make as much money as they can playing professional athletics if a professional athletics team is willing to pay them. It's good for college because it kills the need for them to constantly be checking to see about improper benefits involving high-end recruits. And it's good for college basketball fans because the one and done system has never made sense for true college basketball fans because it doesn't give people enough time to enjoy a guy playing for your team. The average college basketball fan would rather watch a player come along for 3 or 4 years than show up and play for 4 months and then be gone effectively, okay? So, I believe the best system that exists in all of sports is college baseball. In college baseball, when you graduate from high school, you get to go into the draft, you get to get drafted, you get to negotiate how much value there is in your draft position, and if you choose not to take it, you get the opportunity to go into college where you stay for 3 years and you get to re-enter the draft. So you effectively get to start off in the minor leagues in college instead of in the minor leagues in baseball. I believe every sport should end up with a version of college baseball. 18 years old, you want to put yourself in the draft and see what your value is. You can negotiate with teams. You can go out there and figure out with your agent what your value is. But if you choose not to go pro, you go to college and you stay for 3 years. No brainer to me. The one and done rule was stupid. I believe 18-year-olds should be able to make as much money. I think it was bad for the NCAA, and I think it was bad for the NBA, which put that policy into place. If you don't want to go to college, go pursue your pro career. As part of your pro career, those contracts that you sign, you get a guaranteed college degree, college tuition, if you decide that your career's not panning out and you want to go back to college. That to me is an easy solution. I don't think it's going to impact college basketball in a bad way because people root for the college basketball team more than they root for the college basketball player. And I still think there's real value in going to college and developing your talent for all but the top 10 or so players every year who are such unbelievable talents that they want to go directly into the NBA. Most kids still need to develop for a couple of years before they're going to be ready to prove that they are NBA caliber players. I think this makes a lot of sense, okay? So congratulations to the G League, to the NBA for getting this done. I also congratulate college basketball because I think it has the likelihood to make college basketball stronger than it has been in the past. Finally, did you guys see Elon Musk going to war with CNN? This was absolutely phenomenal. CNN accused Elon Musk of not actually providing the ventilators that he tweeted he was going to provide, and they didn't actually do their work, go figure, and Elon Musk showed them the receipts and said he was surprised that CNN was still in business, and then shared the receipts literally from all of the different hospitals, including pictures of the nurses that had been sent out thanking Tesla for all of the ventilators. This was an incredible Scottie Pippen dunks on Patrick Ewing, Clay Travis dunks on Peter King level moment for my boy Elon Musk, who I absolutely love. More power to Tesla, more power to capitalists, more power to entrepreneurs. CNN, bad look. And I got to say this. I support the First Amendment, and I know why we have all the protections for media enshrined in our First Amendment now, thanks to decisions like New York Times v. Sullivan. Having said that, when an organization like CNN gets a story that is like that one, so incredibly wrong, when that happens, there should be a financial penalty on CNN. Elon Musk should be able to sue them and to win hundreds of millions of dollars. Because what it would do is, if you're going to attack someone out of the blue for no reason, it would require a company like CNN to actually make sure that they are 100% right before they publish something. I feel like we need almost a punitive law system for clearly untrue news that is written about. Because Elon Musk is a public figure. Anything that somebody wants to write about Elon Musk at this point, it's almost impossible in the United States of America for him to win a judgment when somebody tells a lie on him that he can prove is a lie. I'm not talking about opinion, right? If you want to write a piece saying Elon Musk is overrated or he's a jerk or any of those things, that's opinion. I'm saying when you are 100% proven to be factually wrong, then you get dunked on by that person proving that you are wrong. There should be financial penalties for news organizations that are 100% wrong with their reporting, because I think it would clean up a lot of the reporting and actually lead to news organizations focusing on news themselves. All right? 100% wrong. Not opinion. A lot of people are confused. There's a difference, and this is one of the big problems we have in media today. There's a difference between opinion and fact, right? When an opinion is hard to be proven wrong. It's just that, an opinion. My opinion about Donald Trump, your opinion about Donald Trump, that's all free reign. But if you come out as a news organization and you are 100% wrong about something, and it can be proven that you are 100% wrong, you are attempting to say a fact is true when it is not. And so CNN should have to apologize to Elon Musk, but I also think they should have to pay financial penalties for getting this wrong. Because there's a big difference between being wrong about an opinion, which is fine, and being wrong about something significant like this, which has a major defamatory value. Because a lot of people are not even going to see that Elon Musk ended up being correct here. They're going to see the initial CNN story presented as fact, which was not true. And again, there's a difference between a public and a private figure. Nicholas Sandmann, the kid in Covington Catholic, was a private figure, right? He's not a public figure, so the standard for reporting on him is and should be different. But the standard for reporting on Elon Musk, well, my friends, that should be fundamentally different when they are wrong, like CNN was. All right, I love all of you. My name is Clay Travis. This has been Outkick the Show. DBAP unless you need to SBAP. Major good news roaring through the place. Congratulations to Ohio for opening back up. I hope other states are going to follow their lead. If you're one of the 22 million people who has lost your job, just know that relief is coming. We're going to get this economy back rolling again. People like you and me and many people watching and listening to this are ready to roll back out into the economy and bring back all that we lost. We're kicking the coronavirus's ass. Keep it up, boys and girls. I am Clay Travis. Thanks for watching Outkick the Show. I'll be live tomorrow, 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern on Fox Sports Radio, nationwide, 300-plus stations, all 50 states, Sirius Satellite Radio, Channel 83. See y'all. Bye. Kisses. Love you. Thank you, Facebook. See y'all.